looking to speak with Mrs. D.
Yeah,
Hi,
that's me. I'm
Mrs. D. This is Miss Packer, and I'm calling in regards with Ethan. I'm going to be having a call with his mother pretty soon, in just a few minutes, and I wanted you to join in with this phone call. But I wanted to talk with you first and give you a little bit of an update. For some reason, the last week and a half, Ethan's behavior has really changed, and I'm just a little concerned and wondering what's going on. Also wondering if you've noticed some behavior changes as well.
Yeah, I do see the behavior has changed. I think that maybe something is wrong. Something is wrong, but I'm not sure what it is. Do you have any ideas what it could be?
The one thing I've noticed with Ethan lately is a big concern that I have is he's not paying attention to the interpreter. But this used to not be the case. He always seemed to watch the interpreter and stay on task. But lately, he kind of wanders around, looks another way, sometimes blatantly ignores the interpreter. Also, he hasn't been turning in a few assignments that we've had this week, which is unlike Ethan. Normally, he's got most of his homework turned in on time. And we've had 3 or 4 assignments that I haven't even seen yet. And then a couple of them that he's brought maybe a day or 2 late. He also hasn't been focusing on his work. I've noticed when it's time to move on to the next task, he hasn't completed the first task that we've begun. He kind of sits a lot, I don't know, he's kind of in his own little world for some reason this last week. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, some things I've also noticed is he's more showing. I see the same thing. He's more, not focused and just kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah, I have noticed that as well, just because, like I said, he's a lot quicker normally with getting his work done, and things are taking him a long time. And I've been kind of watched him the last few days when the kids have been working on their own, on their work, and he kind of just sits there and stares at his paper, and then he starts to write and do a few things, and then he just kind of sits and dozes off. It's not like he's really falling asleep in class, but he's just kind of like sitting there like daydreaming or just, I don't know, too tired to do it or something. And then when it comes to watching the interpreter, it's like he just looks down a lot, kind of looks over, and isn't really paying attention when the interpreter's interpreting what the classroom discussions are. And I think he's missing a lot of the information because of that. And then also, I don't know if he's getting all the directions. I've tried to walk over and talk with him and give him directions and make sure he understood, and the interpreter interprets for him at that time. And he does seem to pay attention to the interpreter when I go over there one-on-one. But when I'm standing up in front of the entire classroom, I don't feel like he's watching the interpreter very much or really paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah, I've actually noticed the same thing. I don't know if it's the same at his home, but he has friends that are deaf, and if, we need to change the teaching method, then, I don't mind. But, yeah, I think that we do need to change something that's happening, and, maybe have his parents keep, tabs on him and, make sure that everyone's on the same page and talk about his behavior. Yeah, we need to figure something out to help him, interact better and, figure out what's going on.
Okay, do you mind? I emailed his mom, Her name is Erin, and I asked her if I could make a phone call to her this afternoon and speak with her. And I really wanted you to be involved in that conversation. I think it will help if both of us are talking to her. So do you mind right now if I call her and put her in on a conference call for all three of us to have a discussion?
Yeah, I think I have time. That's fine.
Okay, just give me 1 sec. I'm just going to go to the other line, add her on, and then I'll let you know when she is on the call with us, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Erin, now that I've got you on the phone with me, I've just connected with the other teacher, and I just want to have a discussion with all three of us. So I'm going to let Mrs. D go ahead and start and explain to you what we've noticed is going on with Ethan, and we'll see if we can work something out. So Mrs. D, Erin is on the phone with us if you want to go ahead and kind of tell her what's going on.
Hi, Erin. Thank you for joining us. I just want to, tell you what's going on. I just recognize that Ethan's school habits are, they're not on time, and his homework, it used to be, really good quality and everything, but the last week it's just been late, and he's not doing his homework, and, we just want to know what we need to do, for the both of us. His homework, what kind of help you need from us or how we can help you. We just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, first of all, just know I'm doing the best I can. I just picked up a second job, so I'm working cleaning houses from 8 until 2 in the afternoon, and then I go straight to Walmart, and I'm working there from 3 to 8. Then I go pick up Ethan from my parents' house, his grandparents, and I guess, it could be affecting him. It's only been the last week or two, but I didn't realize it was affecting him.
I don't know if it's, the grandparents or anything or what's happening, but we just wanted to share with you, his schoolwork. And when he comes back, he doesn't have his homework and everything. I'm not sure, what's going on. We just wanted to communicate with you and ask what you want us to do.
Well, I can see if his grandparents can help him more with his homework. I mean, they're older, so they don't have the energy that I do, but with my husband and I separating, I really just had to take on this extra job, and I can't be there for him every step of the way. So I don't know if there's any way you guys can give him less of a homework load, because maybe just right now he needs to not have so much pressure from him with everything he's dealing with. What do you think?
Erin, really quick, you just said that he's with his grandparents quite a bit of the time, and they're not quite as good at helping with his homework. If we were able to give him a little bit more time where you could have the weekend to help him with his homework and to get most of that done and then bring it back on Monday, is that something that you would be able to do with him, or is this a weekend job as well?
Well, I have Sundays off, so I can try to catch up with it. I mean, I will talk to my parents and talk to Ethan, and hopefully all together we can try to improve this. But just please remember, I'm doing the best I can. I mean, right now I'm on this tiny little break between jobs, just rushing in this phone call, and I'm feeling really overwhelmed with all that I'm trying to juggle, so.
Yeah, no, we understand. We're just trying to talk to you and figure out what we can do and whatever we can. I think it's important that we, communicate and, maybe his grandparents can sign with him and help him with his homework. I'm not sure what we can do, but I just feel like we're not connecting with him, and whatever we can do to help him with school. After school, we can stay, an hour or so and help him with his work if you want, if that'll help. I feel like reducing his homework won't really solve the problem, but, what's happening is he's going home and he's not, looking at his homework or anything, and I just feel like maybe that's the problem. He just needs to, sit down and make the time for it.
Well, that makes me feel kind of bad, but I do know he probably is feeling some pressure. I will definitely like the ideas you're proposing. He rides the bus home. I don't know that my parents can pick him up, so I don't know about the after-school tutoring, but maybe we can find a time that tutoring could happen. My parents don't speak sign language very much, and I really just don't have the time to learn sign language. I know minimal things, and we try to write papers back and forth so he and I communicate. I feel like we're doing okay, but we'll try to step it up. I have to be honest, though, I've got to rush off right now. I've got work I've got to get to. I can't be late, so maybe we can try to implement some of these things and talk later.
Okay. Yeah, I'll email you, and, we can talk about a time to tutor, and, we can pick an option, whatever works for all of us. I'm flexible. Yeah, just look at the email and email me back, and, tomorrow night, whatever. If you work, that's fine, but, yeah, just try to figure it out and pick, an option, whatever time will work for you, for Ethan. I just feel like, he's not really understanding, and you learning the sign might help him in the future, but yeah, just to continue to work with him, and yeah, just let me know.
Also, as far as the homework that he's missing from my class, I will go ahead and put those papers together in a folder and send it home with him. I don't expect it to be done in the next couple of days, but I don't want him to get behind because he's not doing that work. But I'm happy to give you the time that you need. So we want to work with you. We want the best for Ethan. We know it's hard for you as well right now, so we want to give you that time that you need. But like I said, I don't want him to get behind and not learn the material that the class is learning. So I am going to send that home, so will you watch for that in his backpack? And like I said, take a few weeks if you need to get caught up, because there are definitely a few pages in there that he's behind on, and see if you can work with those on him and send him back to school with him if you don't mind.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for calling me. I'm sorry I have to rush off, but I appreciate that you guys care about him, and hopefully we can work this out.
Thank you.
Thank you.